All right, welcome to Eegoja Oil and Gas. You're officially stepping into the high-stakes world of diesel haulage, and our job is to make sure you have everything you need to do this work safely and to do it like a pro. So, let's get right into it.
So this is the big question, right? It's the one you should be asking yourself every single day. And the answer really boils down to two key things. First, getting a real handle on the risks, and second, mastering the system we've built to protect you and everyone around you. Let's be real for a second. The work we do is serious business. We are managing some pretty significant risks day in and day out, and just acknowledging that right from the start is your first step to becoming a true professional in this field.
Now, take a look at this. The risks we're dealing with are all over the map. Sure, you've got your mechanical issues, that's a given, but you have to think about the domino effect. A simple hose burst, that's not just a breakdown, it's a potential chemical spill. That spill could then lead to a fire, and we haven't even touched on the behavioral side of things on the road, or the very real security threats like robbery. Understanding how all these pieces connect, that is the absolute bedrock of your safety and competence out there.
Okay, so with all that in mind, how in the world do we operate with confidence? Well, we don't just wing it. We have a blueprint. Let's take a look at how we approach safety here. This right here, this is our playbook. It's the Health and Safety Management System, or HSMS for short. And this isn't something we just made up. It's a proactive system that's built around the international standard ISO 45001. That's basically the global gold standard for keeping people safe at work. Think of it as a roadmap, engineered specifically for your protection and your success.
And look, this isn't just some dusty binder sitting on a shelf. It's a living, breathing system. Leadership and commitment means safety starts at the very top. That sets the tone for everything. Hazard identification is how we're always looking ahead for trouble. Training, well, that's to make sure you have the skills you need. Incident management is how we learn from our mistakes, and emergency preparedness means we are never, ever caught flat-footed. Every single one of these components is a layer of protection for you.
So with this whole comprehensive system in place, what's the ultimate goal? What's it all for? It actually boils down to one single number. A simple 1, 0. 0 lost time injuries. That is the mission. It is non-negotiable.
But you know, any system is only as strong as the people who use it, and that is where you come in. Let's talk about your specific role in making this all work.
Before a single wrench is turned, before any engine starts, every single day we run through this process. It's a simple, 6-step routine that forces you and your team to just stop and think. You figure out the task, you identify the hazards for that specific job, you assess the risk, and you put controls in place. This is not just paperwork, folks. It's a vital conversation that keeps everyone on the same page and keeps everyone safe.
So, what do we expect from you? It's pretty straightforward. First, comply with the procedures. They're there for a reason. Second, if you see something, say something. Report any hazard, any unsafe practice, anything that just doesn't feel right. And third, be an active participant. Safety here is absolutely not a spectator sport. It demands your full attention and your full engagement.
And if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. This is straight from our policy. You have to take personal responsibility for your own safety and for the safety of others. That's the heart of our culture. We look out for one another, period.
All right. Everything we've been talking about, the risks, the system, your role, it's all been leading up to this point. This is where you prove you're competent, you're ready, and that you've earned your spot on this team.
So I need you to really lean in here. All this information, every procedure, every policy we've covered, it wasn't just good to know. It's all been designed to prepare you for this very moment. Your understanding of this critical material is about to be put to the test. Think of this as your study guide. These are the absolute must-knows. You have to know our HSSE policy inside and out. You must be able to identify site-specific hazards. You've got to know exactly what to do in an emergency, how to use a fire extinguisher, how to properly use your PPE. You need to study this material, review it, and make sure you understand it completely. Your success depends on it.
And let me be crystal clear about this. We don't just assume you're competent. You have to prove it. And that happens through a formal, written assessment. Passing this test is not a nice to have. It is absolutely mandatory.
And just in case there's any shred of doubt, here's the bottom line, word for word from our compliance manual. If you don't complete this induction and pass the assessment, you will not be permitted into any operational or high-risk zone.
There are no exceptions. This is for your safety and for the safety of every single person on our sites. So, let's say you study hard, you pass your assessment, and you earn that certificate. What's next? Well, don't think of it as a finish line. In fact, it's really the starting block.
See, that certificate isn't just a piece of paper. It's your entry ticket. It's your license to operate as a professional in a culture where we all share the responsibility for safety. It marks the beginning of your commitment to yourself, to your teammates, and to a workplace where every single one of us goes home safe at the end of the day.
So, I'll leave you with one final question to think about. After you've passed your assessment and you step out into your role for the very first time, what will your first SAFE act be? Give that some thought. Your journey to competence and safety starts right now. We know you've got what it takes. Good luck.